Jogaila, later Władysław II Jagiełło, was Grand Duke of Lithuania, King of Poland alongside his wife Jadwiga, and then sole King of Poland. He ruled in Lithuania from 1377. Born a pagan in 1386, he converted to Catholicism and was baptized as Władysław in Kraków, married the young Queen Jadwiga, and was crowned King of Poland as Władysław II Jagiełło. In 1387 he converted Lithuania to Christianity. His own reign in Poland started in 1399, upon death of Queen Jadwiga, and lasted a further 35 years and laid the foundation for the centuries-long Polish-Lithuanian Union. He was a member of the Jagiellonian dynasty in Poland that bears his name and was previously also known as the Geminid dynasty in the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. The dynasty ruled both states until 1572, and became one of the most influential dynasties in the late medieval and early modern Central and Eastern Europe. During his reign, the Polish-Lithuanian state was the largest state in the Christian world. Jogaila was the last pagan ruler of medieval Lithuania, after he became King of Poland. As a result of the Union of Kraków, the newly formed Polish-Lithuanian Union confronted the growing power of the Teutonic Knights. The Allied victory at the Battle of Grunwald in 1410, followed by the Peace of Thorn, secured the Polish and Lithuanian borders and marked the emergence of the Polish-Lithuanian alliance as a significant force in Europe. The reign of Władysław II Jagiełło extended Polish frontiers and is often considered the beginning of Poland's golden age. Early life. Lithuania. Little is known of Jogaila's early life, and even his year of birth is not certain. Previously historians assumed he was born in 1352, but some recent research suggests a later date, about 1362. He was a descendant of the Geminid dynasty and was probably born in Vilnius. His parents were Algirdas, Grand Duke of Lithuania, and his second wife, Uliana, daughter of Alexander I, Grand Prince of Tver. The Grand Duchy of Lithuania, to which Jogaila succeeded as Grand Duke in 1377, was a political entity composed of two leading, but very different nationalities and two political systems: ethnic Lithuania in the northwest and the vast Ruthenian territories of former Kievan Rus, comprising the lands of modern Ukraine, Belarus, and parts of western Russia. At first Jogaila, like his father, based his rule in the southern and eastern territories of Lithuania, while his uncle, Kęstutis, the Duke of Trakai, continued to rule the northwestern region. Jogaila's succession, however, soon placed this system of dual rule under strain. At the start of his reign, Jogaila was preoccupied with unrest in the Lithuanian lands. In 1377–78, Andrei of Polotsk, the eldest son of Algirdas, challenged Jogaila's authority and sought to become Grand Duke. In 1380, Andrei and another brother, Dmitry, sided with Prince Dmitry of Moscow against Jogaila's alliance with Emir Mamai, de facto Khan of the Golden Horde. Jogaila failed to support Mamai, lingering in the vicinity of the battlefield, which led to Mamai's army's significant defeat at the hands of Prince Dmitry in the Battle of Kulikovo. The Muscovites' Pyrrhic victory over the Golden Horde, in the long term, signified, however, the beginning of a slow climb to power by the Grand Duchy of Moscow, which became within a century the most serious rival and threat to the integrity, well-being and survival of Lithuania. However, in 1380 Muscovy was greatly weakened by tremendous losses suffered during the battle, and thus, in the same year, Jogaila was free to begin a struggle for supremacy with Kęstutis. In the northwest, Lithuania faced constant armed incursions from the Teutonic Knights, founded after 1226 to fight and convert the pagan Baltic tribes of Prussians, Yotvingians and Lithuanians. In 1380, Jogaila secretly concluded the secret Treaty of Dovydisk, directed against Kęstutis. When Kęstutis discovered the plan, the Lithuanian Civil War began. He seized Vilnius, overthrew Jogaila, and pronounced himself Grand Duke in his place. In 1382, Jogaila raised an army from his father's vassals and confronted Kęstutis near Trakai. Kęstutis and his son Vytautas entered Jogaila's encampment for negotiations but were tricked and imprisoned in the Kraków castle, where Kęstutis was found dead, probably murdered. A week later, Vytautas escaped to the Teutonic fortress of Marienburg and was baptized there under the name Wigan. Jogaila formulated the Treaty of Dubiza, which rewarded the knights for their aid in defeating Kęstutis and Vytautas by promising Christianization and granting them Samogitian west of the Dubiza River. However, when Jogaila failed to ratify the treaty, the knights invaded Lithuania in the summer of 1383. In 1384, Jogaila reconciled with Vytautas, promising to return his patrimony in Trakai. Vytautas then turned against the knights, attacking and looting several Prussian castles. Baptism and marriage. Jogaila's Russian mother Uliana of Tver urged him to marry Sophia, daughter of Prince Dmitry of Moscow, who required him first to convert to Orthodoxy. That option, however, was unlikely to halt the Crusades against Lithuania by the Teutonic Knights, who regarded Orthodox Christians as schismatics and little better than heathens. Jogaila chose therefore to accept a Polish proposal to become a Catholic and marry the 11-year-old Queen Jadwiga of Poland. The nobles of Malopolsk made this offer to Jogaila for many reasons. They wanted to neutralize the dangers posed by Lithuania itself and to secure the fertile territories of Galicia-Volhynia. The Polish nobles saw the offer as an opportunity for increasing the privileges and avoiding Austrian influence, brought by Jadwiga's previous fiancé William, Duke of Austria. On 14 August 1385 in Kraków Castle, Jogaila confirmed his prenuptial promises in the Union of Kraków. The promises included the adoption of Christianity, repatriation of lands stolen from Poland by its neighbors, and terras suas Lithuaniae Russia e coronae regni Poloniae perpetuo applicare, a clause interpreted by historians to mean anything from a personal union between Lithuania and Poland to a complete incorporation of Lithuania into Poland. The agreement at Kraków has been described both as far-sighted and as a desperate gamble. Jogaila was duly baptized at the Worel Cathedral in Kraków on 15 February 1386 and from then on formally used the name Władysław. Latin versions of it. The marriage took place 3 days later, and on 4 March 1386 Jogaila was crowned King Władysław by Archbishop Bodzanta. He was also to be legally adopted by Jadwiga's mother, Elizabeth of Bosnia, so retaining the throne in the event of Jadwiga's death. The royal baptism triggered the conversion of most of Jogaila's court and noblemen, as well as mass baptisms in Lithuanian rivers. A beginning of the final Christianization of Lithuania, though the ethnic Lithuanian nobility were the main converts to Catholicism. Both paganism and the Orthodox Rite remained strong among the peasants. The king's conversion and its political implications created lasting repercussions for the history of both Lithuania and Poland. Ruler of Lithuania and Poland. Accession. Władysław II Jagiełło and Queen Jadwiga reigned as co-monarchs, and though Jadwiga probably had little real power, She took an active part in Poland's political and cultural life. In 1387, she led 2 successful military expeditions to Red Ruthenia, recovered lands her father Louis I of Hungary had transferred from Poland to Hungary, and secured the homage of Petru I, voivode of Moldavia. In 1390, she also personally opened negotiations with the Teutonic Order. Most political responsibilities, however, fell to Jagiełło, with Jadwiga attending to the cultural and charitable activities for which she is still revered. Soon after Jagiełło's accession to the Polish throne, Jagiełło granted Vilnius a city charter like that of Kraków, modeled on the Magdeburg law, and Vytautas issued a privilege to a Jewish commune of Trakai on almost the same terms as privileges issued to the Jews of Poland in the reigns of Bolesław the Pious and Casimir the Great. Władysław's policy of unifying the 2 legal systems was partial and uneven at first, but achieved a lasting influence. By the time of the Union of Lublin in 1569, there was not much difference between the administrative and judicial systems in force in Lithuania and Poland. One effect of Jagiełło's measures was to be the advancement of Catholics in Lithuania at the expense of Orthodox elements in 1387 and 1413. For example, Lithuanian Catholic boyars were granted special judicial and political privileges denied to the Orthodox boyars. As this process gained momentum, it was accompanied by the rise of both Rus and Lithuanian identity in the 15th century. Challenges Jagiełło's baptism failed to end the crusade of the Teutonic Knights, who claimed his conversion was a sham, perhaps even a heresy, and renewed their incursions on the pretext that pagans remained in Lithuania. From then on, however, the order found it harder to sustain the cause of a crusade and faced the growing threat to its existence posed by the Kingdom of Poland and a genuinely Christian Lithuania alliance. Władysław sponsored the creation of the Diocese of Vilnius under Bishop Andrzej Wasilko, the former confessor of Elizabeth of Hungary. The bishopric, which included Samojisza, then largely controlled by the Teutonic Order, was subordinated to the See of Gniezno and not to that of Teutonic Königsberg. The decision may not have improved Władysław's relations with the order, but it served to introduce closer ties between Lithuania and Poland, enabling the Polish Church to freely assist its Lithuanian counterpart. In 1389, Władysław's rule in Lithuania faced a revived challenge from Vytautas, who resented the power given to Jogaila in Lithuania at the expense of his own patrimony. Vytautas started a civil war in Lithuania, aiming to become the Grand Duke. On 4 September 1390, the joint forces of Vytautas and the Teutonic headmaster, Konrad von Wallenrode, laid siege to Vilnius, which was held by Władysław's regent Jogaila with combined Polish, Lithuanian and Ruthenian troops. Although the knights lifted the siege of the castle after a month, they reduced much of the outer city to ruins. This bloody conflict was eventually brought to a temporary halt in 1392 with the Treaty of Ostro, by which Władysław handed over the government of Lithuania to his cousin in exchange for peace. Vytautas was to rule Lithuania as the Grand Duke until his death, under the overlordship of the Supreme Duke in the person of the Polish monarch. Jogaila was moved from the Duchy of Trakai to become Prince of Kiev. Vytautas initially accepted his status but soon began to pursue Lithuania's independence from Poland. The protracted period of war between the Lithuanians and the Teutonic Knights was ended on 12 October 1398 by the Treaty of Salinas, named after the island in the Neman River where it was signed. Lithuania agreed to cede Samojisza and assist the Teutonic Order in a campaign to seize Pskov, while the order agreed to assist Lithuania in a campaign to seize Novgorod. Shortly afterwards, Vytautas was crowned as a king by local nobles, but the following year his forces and those of his ally, Khan Toktamish of the White Horde, were crushed by the Timurids at the Battle of the Vorskla River, ending his imperial ambitions in the east and obliging him to submit to Władysław's protection once more.